I'm going to live class.
സ്റ്റുഡന്റ് വിളിക്കുന്നുണ്ട് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു. അവളുടെ ഫോണിലേക്കാണ് വിളിക്കുന്നത്.
അയ്യോ
2323 നമ്പർ കൊടുത്തിട്ട് അവിടുന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു ഈ നമ്പറിലേക്ക്.
ഞാൻ അതൊന്ന് സെറ്റിൽ ചെയ്യാം. ഒന്ന് പറയും, ഹോൾഡ് ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടി പറയാം. ഞാൻ വരാം. ഒന്ന് പറയട്ടോ. Good morning, everyone. Shall we start with the final session now on interest rate swap? All right. Write down the next concept heading in your books. Interest rate swap. All right. Let's start with a very simple example. Write down inside that subconcept number 1, which is a one-way swap. Okay, friends, for this purpose, let me take one person from this classroom. Okay, let me speak about, I think I have taken all your people, right? AJ, Ramani. Have I taken Ramani in my previous example? No. Let's assume that Ramani is a person who loves to watch a lot of movies. Now tell me, who is Ramani's favorite actor or actress? I think it's taking time for me to speak and you to listen and respond back. Okay, for time being, let me assume that Ramani's favorite actor is, what name should I give here? Okay, let's say it is Shah Rukh Khan. Okay, alright. So let's assume that Ramani is a huge fan of Shah Rukh Khan. Now Ramani wants a bank loan. He will go to his favorite bank. Let us say he will go to Punjab National Bank. Ruchi, Salman Khan is it? I have already taken Shah Rukh Khan for time being. Next example, we will take Salman Khan, whichever is coming up. Alright? Fine. So, Punjab National Bank is Ramani's favorite bank. So, what he will do is he will go to Punjab National Bank and he will ask for a loan of 100 lakhs. Now, when he asks for a loan of 100 lakhs, the manager will ask him thousands of questions, formalities, etc. In the end, he will ask what is the rate of interest. He would say the rate of interest is turning out to be 15%. Alright? Now, when Ramani is coming out of this bank, the moment he opens the door, he will see Shah Rukh Khan standing right over there. Ramani is shocked. He will move. Shah Rukh Khan will go inside the cabin, and now the manager is talking to Shah Rukh Khan. Okay, so now Ramani will ask, the manager will ask Shah Rukh Khan, it's a pleasure to see you here. That is when Ramani will hear that Shah Rukh Khan is also looking for a loan of 100 lakhs because he's running short of some funds for the purpose of production of some movie. Alright. Okay. Oh, Ramani, Aishwarya Rai is it? First you tell the correct spelling here. Then I will write down on the board. 100 lakhs. Now when Shah Rukh Khan is asking this banker will give him the same loan at, let us say, 10%. Now Ramani is hearing all this from outside. So he gets a master idea. What he will do is, he will not go to the bank. He will go to Shah Rukh Khan. And he will tell Shah Rukh Khan, look, you don't give me a loan of, don't take a loan of 100 lakhs. Take a loan of 200 lakhs at 10%. Alright. After you do this, you transfer the loan to me. I will pay you 12% or 13% interest on the same. By doing so, Shah Rukh Khan will make a clean profit of 3% and Ramani will make a profit of 2%. This scenario is what we call it as a swap. Can you please write down this in your books? Yes, Ramani. I hope you have got the correct spelling. Just kidding, okay? Don't take it seriously.
e-commerce registration
live class Alright friends, have you all put up till here in your books? So friends, in this we are having 3 steps ideally. Step number 1 is called as interest rate differential. In our case, the interest rate differential is 15% minus 10%, that turns out to be 5%. Step number 2 is called as gain or loss. In our example, the gain was 3% for one party, 2% for the second party, and the last step is called as swap, where the loan was getting swapped. Can you please write down till here in your books now? Ruchi, I will do one thing. This theory part we'll discuss once the class gets over. Alright? Alright friends, have you all put up till here in your books? Okay, just give me a minute. Alright, now we will go to the next sub-concept, which is called as two-way swap. This is very, very crucial. Okay. Now I'll go on giving you in writing, discuss with me and keep on writing. Whatever doubts you get, ask me parallelly. Alright. Now I will take the two parties which we spoke about, Shahrukh, and the second one is Ramani. Am I right? I will call Ramani as a weak party and I will call Shahrukh as a strong party. Alright. They will have a fixed loan option or a floating loan option. Floating loan is normally based on MIBOR or LIBOR. MIBOR means Mumbai Interbank Offer Rate. LIBOR means London Interbank Offer Rate. Alright. Fine. Now, let's, yes, AJ, I think the running notes, I'll cross check and get back to you. I am actually doing it in a PPT. So, converting that was becoming a task, but I am following it up. I will do it before this class gets over. Alright. Fine. Now, Shah Rukh Khan being a strong party, he can demand a lower interest rate. Let us say 10%. Ramani can demand only 11. Over here, let us say the MIBOR is turning out to be 9%. For Shah Rukh Khan, it is MIBOR plus 0.4. So, Shah Rukh Khan will end up paying how much? 9.4. And here we'll put it as N plus 0.8, that is 9.8%. Alright. Now, the point over here is that currently, Shah Rukh Khan is paying 10% and currently Ramani is paying 9.8%. Shah Rukh Khan feels that the floating rate is going to go down further, hence he basically wants to move to floating rate. Whereas Ramani feels that fixed floating rate is going to go up, hence to protect himself he wants to move to fixed rate. Now Ramani and Shah Rukh Khan meet and they agree to do a swap. So basically there are three steps in swap that I told you. Interest rate differential, gain or loss, swap. So let us find out the interest rate differential, friends. Here the differential is how much? 1. Here it is how much? 0.4. Then we take the difference of the difference. What is the difference of the difference? I'll get over here 0.6%. This is what we call it as interest rate differential. Can you please write down till here in your books now? So Deepika, it's uploaded, is it? Great. Has it come clearly? Because I was writing on a PPT, so I converted it into a PDF. Initially, it was not visible, but then I asked my web developer to support me and I believe he has done it. Yes, Manikam Gobinath? You have some doubt? Yeah, Deepika, the first class I did not save it. I was not, prepared that you will be requiring those notes. Second class, that idea struck me. So I'm really sorry. First class, anyways, the whole video is available. You can always take the notes from the video. Once you're done writing this, please let me know. Alright friends, have you all put up till here in your books now? Okay, so this was the first part. Step number 1, I told you, interest rate differential. Step number 2 is what? Gain of each party. Okay. So let us say total is 0.6%. I will assume, let me write down over here, I am going to assume that Shah Rukh Khan will take a gain of 0.4% and Ramani will take the gain of 0.2%. Okay, this is assumption. It will be given in the question. Can you please write down this, friends? Ruchi, PPT is proper in the sense I just want to understand, has he uploaded the PPT itself? So when you go to a slideshow, you can view the readings, or has he put it as a PDF? I want to know that. Alright, great. So I think that's good. I will check it myself later. I haven't checked that. I will do that later. Okay. Fine friends, have you all put up till here in your books now? Excellent. Now, once we are done with step number 2, what is step number 3 that we are going to do? We are going to do a swap. Before that, I would like to tell you what will be the gain of Shah Rukh. Okay. Let's understand this part. Shah Rukh is actually having two options. One, Shah Rukh can go to his own bank and he can tell them that, look, right now it is fixed. I want to move into floating. He would end up paying 9.4%. Correct? Option 2, he can do a swap with Ramani. We need to find out how much he will be making over here. Alright? Whereas option number 2, gain for Ramani would be either he goes to his own bank and tells them that, look, I don't want floating, I want fixed. In which case he will end up paying only 11%. Option number 2 for him is what? Go for a swap. Can you please draw this also in your books now? Alright friends, have you put up till here in your books? Now I will draw a picture and I'll explain to you how swap works. Let us assume this is Shah Rukh Khan and this guy is Ramani. This is Ramani's bank, Shah Rukh's bank. Shah Rukh is right now paying 10. Ramani is right now paying 9.8. Am I right? Now they decide to enter into a swap. So Shah Rukh will transfer his fixed loan to Ramani. Ramani will transfer his floating loan to Shah Rukh. Once this transfer happens, Ramani will be liable for the fixed loan of Shah Rukh. Shah Rukh will be liable for the floating loan of Ramani. Let me write down that. Once swap is done, okay, Shah Rukh is liable for the floating loan of Ramani and Ramani is liable for the fixed loan of Shahrukh. Alright, I will give you time to write down this later. Let me continue here now. Okay, so what are the three things that Shahrukh will do is the moment he swaps the loan, he will tell to Ramani, he is a strong party. Whatever he says, Ramani has to say yes, sir. He will say, look, I paid 10% to my bank, you pay me 10%. Ramani will say, yes, sir. So Shahrukh will receive 10, Ramani will pay 10. Then Shahrukh will say, look, you have to pay me my share of gain. So that is, Ramani will say, okay, sir, receive 0.4, pay 0.4. Alright. After this, Shahrukh will say, look, Ramani will say, sir, I have transferred my floating loan to you. Can you please give me my interest rate over here? Shahrukh will say, no, I won't give you your full interest rate. I will pay you only to the extent of the rate that I am paying to my own bank. Why should I pay you more when I can go to my own bank and take it at a lower rate? Ramani will say, okay, sir. Now tell me, friends, practically, will they do all this hard work, receive 10, receive 0.4, pay 9.4? No. Practically, they will only take the net figure. What is the net figure? 10.4. Here it will be receive 1%, and here it is going to be what? Pay 1%. This is what we call it as net settlement. So friends, from Shahrukh's point of view, he pays 10 here, he will receive 1. Can I say his net cash flow will become 9%? Whereas for Ramani, he pays 9.8 and he pays 1. His total outflow will become how much? 10.8. This is what I call it as the total outflow. Okay. Let us just go and check now. Okay. Here, own bank 9.4. If he swaps only 9, what is the gain that Shahrukh is making? Is he making a gain of 0.4? Is this the same gain that was assumed over here also? And Ramani, he swaps, he is ending up paying only 10.8%. What is the gain that Ramani is making? 0.2. Does it coincide with the gain that we initially agreed upon? This is how this whole thing tallies. Can you please draw this picture in your books now? That's good speed, Ruchi. Let others also finish. If you have done the video, now it will be very easy for you because you are repeating the same thing again and again. So it becomes very, very strong for all of you. Repetition is very crucial, friends. If you want to become an expert, if you want to be the best, you have to repeat again and again and again. Alright, friends. Have you all put up till here in your books now? Okay. Can you write down this also in your books now? Okay, so Tiger Shroff is the example I have taken in the video. I don't remember whom I have taken. Here it's Shah Rukh Khan. Okay. Alright, friends, you are done with this also. Can you write down this also in your books and finish it off? When I take face-to-face classes, I take the actors of the respective states. So when I take in Kerala, some Malayali actor's name comes up. But when I take in Bangalore and Chennai, different states, different actors, I learn a lot about their, performance in the Tamil industry or Kannada industry or the Malayalam industry. Okay, friends, have you put up till here in your books now? Great. So we are done with the concept of swap. So basically, when you do a swap, we are having 3 steps. Okay. Step number 1 is what we call it as interest rate differential. Step number 2 is called gain or loss of each party, and step number 3 is called as a swap. Can you please update this and finish it off? Even though you have written it down, just write it down once more. Let's make our base strong and then we will take it forward. Aditi, are you a Kochi student? Yes, one of the names that comes up in Kochi is Tovino Thomas. Thank you, AJ. Mohanlal is a name that I normally don't take in my Kerala classes. Then there is a huge lot of Mammootty fans who will, oppose me. So Mohanlal Mammootty is out of question as far as Kerala is concerned. Similarly, Rajinikanth is out of question when Tamil Nadu is concerned. People are very sensitive about these actors. Alright friends, have you all put up till here in your books now? Okay. Let's now go and crack a proper question on interest rate swap. Can you please take the first question and read through this question now? Yes, Rajinikanth is Talaivar. That's why I'm so scared of taking his name. If I take his name in some funny example, the students in Chennai will come and kill me. In fact, one day when I was doing my articleship in Chennai, I was going in bus. One movie released on Rajinikanth's birthday. I don't know which one. There was a theatre fully crowded with a lot of crazy fans and they were doing Palabhishekam for Rajinikanth. Amazing place here. Tamil Nadu is a place you should go at least once to see that kind of craze. You won't see that anywhere else. Alright, friends, shall we now do this question? This question, instead of having Shah Rukh Khan and Ramani, we are having X and Y. The rates and all are the same. Only one difference is that in my example we had 9.4 and 9.8, but here we will have it as M plus 0.4, M plus 0.8. So basically there is no rate given for my board. How do we solve it in that particular point? Alright, shall we do this together now? As we did earlier, we'll go by the same 3 steps. Working note 1, interest rate differential, particulars X, Y, fixed, floating, 10, 11. So my difference will be 1, M plus 0.4, M plus 0.8, the difference will be 0.4. Hence the interest rate differential will turn out to be how much? 0.6. They have given the ratio in the question as 2:1. So that will be 0.4 here, 0.2 over here. Okay. X, Y. So interest rate differential and gain of each party. Can you please write down till here and finish it off? Friends, one thing I never asked earlier was how many of you are from which places. Whenever you are free, can you please put it down like which state or which place you are from, so I can at least know who is the crowd who is being so determined to attend even the 5th day of my class compared to the first day. Please write down this also parallelly. Gauri Shankar is from Kottayam, Chitra, you're from Chennai, Ruchi is from Mysore. Kerala, Chennai, Kerala, Kochi. Andhra, Trivandrum, Chennai, Mumbai. Great. I think I've covered 4 states here so far. Pondicherry, wonderful. Rajasthan, Pune, amazing. Thrissur, Ramani, you're from Kerala border, Tenkasi, never heard of that place as such. Bangalore, great. Alright, you keep on telling me from where you are, I will continue to the next bar. So now we have to draw the same picture. We have X over here and we have Y over here. Okay, X is paying minus 10 to this own bank. Y is going to pay M plus 0.8. Sorry, yes, M plus 0.8, correct. Now they are going to do a swap. X will receive 10, X will receive 0.4, X will pay M plus 0.4. So when I net it off, the number what I'll get over here will be receive 10, receive 10.4. 10.4 minus, so that will be M plus 10. That doesn't make sense. I'll write down the final outflow. The final outflow over here will be 10, 10 gets cancelled. He will be paying only M. Whereas over here it will be pay 10, pay 0.4, receive M plus 0.4. So that would be M and M will get cancelled. 10, 10.4, 10.8 will be paid by him. Can you draw this picture in your books now? Minia from Bangalore, Tamil Nadu, Ernakulam, Trichy, Ernakulam again. Great. Kutralam waterfalls, is it? I will visit that one day when all this corona gets over and hopefully no more floods happen here. Things are so scary sometimes. Alright friends, have you drawn till here in your books? Okay AJ, I'll repeat this once again. This is same how I did earlier. See, the only difference is if you see the earlier chart, here it was receive 10, receive 0.4, pay 9.4. Exactly the same chart. The only difference is that instead of pay 9.4, here we are having pay M plus 0.4. Now how I got this pay M is where you must have got a doubt. This is basically nothing but minus 10 plus 10 plus 0.4 minus M plus 0.4. This and this will get cancelled. This and this will also get cancelled. So you end up paying only M. Okay. Like the same way for the other one also. Yes, I already net pay is 10 minus M. I didn't put that because it will create confusion. So Manikam, you are from Erode. Nice. Fine friends, have you all put up till here in your books now? Ernakulam, Erode again. Yes, Manikam, I understood. Erode is in Tamil Nadu. Okay, so have you put up till here in your books now? Great. Can I go to the next part? Fine. I'll just write down neatly now. Neatly we'll put it this way. I'll give a heading called as steps of X, steps of Y. Okay. Point number A would be pay 10% to his own bank. Point number B will be receive 10% from Y. Third one will be receive 0.4 from Y. And the next step will be pay M plus 0.4 to Y. Okay. So once you do this, net outlay is equal to M. Same way we have to do it here also. Okay. Receive 10%, sorry. Here it will be pay M plus 0.8 to your own bank. The next step over here will be pay 10% to X, pay 0.4% to X, receive M plus 0.4 from Y. Net outlay would turn out to be 10.8. Can you write down like this in your books now? So already the answer is same. You just replace M. M in my example was how much? 9.4, right? Just replace M, you will get 9.4. Exactly the same answer you will get. Please write down this in your books now. In the meanwhile, just one more query just for me to understand. Many of the students are from my attended my class. Some of them have not attended my class. Just let me know how many of you have already attended and how many have not attended, so I get a idea about how much percentage is actually redoing the thing and how many are doing it for the first time. Yeah, Badri, I didn't put it that way because that will create a lot of confusion. Okay, ultimate answer will be this only. Got it? As you said, the net settlement will be like that only, but it will create confusion. So I removed it. As simple as that. So once you're done with this, please let me know. Okay, so Balaji, you have attended my class. All right. So for whoever has messaged, all have attended. Okay, Ruchi, you're for the first time. Thank you so much, Ruchi. Ratna Kumari, Ramani, first time. All right. Great. Have you all put up till here in your books, friends? First time, not attended. But you wish. Now Corona is there, Deepika. Now we'll go by live classes mode. Okay. Great, Jayashri. YouTube, the drawback is it's not in the proper order in my website. The same YouTube videos are there, which is available. Yes, Susan, I think I remember you. Sri Lakshmi, first time, is it? Dimple, not attended. SSV, what's your full name here? Maybe I must be knowing many students who attend my class. I know their names. At least the front benchers I remember. Great. First time. Samir, Chennai, I promised my date. 2 days before that I had to cancel it. It was a tough decision to be taken. And lucky I did that. Now that exact location of Premier Academy where my classes were supposed to happen, that has been locked because of one positive corona case over there. Alright. Okay, Rangesh, so you're my LearnCap student, is it? Ratna Kumari, I am from Kerala, born and brought up in a place called Calicut, but my mother tongue is not Malayalam. I am a North Indian with my mother tongue. I am a Sindhi, born and brought up in Kerala, so I know Malayalam, I know English, I know Hindi, I know Sindhi. I know 4 languages now. Alright, fine friends. Nice to know all this from all of you. It was good getting some feedback from your end. So I hope we are done with this question now. We can just give a final conclusion. Gain of X will be, had X gone to his own bank, he would have ended up paying M plus 0.4. Minus now he's paying only M. So what is the net gain that he's getting over there? 0.4. What about gain of Y? He would have ended up paying 11% minus 10.8. He ended up paying how much? 0.2. Can you write down this in your books and finish it off? Vandanan, SFM lectures have been couriered to them within 2 to 3 days of time. My SFM lectures pen drive will also come live on LearnCab. You can book it directly from my website. That will be a far easier option than going to the LearnCab, because LearnCab will ask you to come into a pool option where they will ask you something like Netflix, a subscription model. You won't get a direct pen drive from LearnCab as of now. So if you want a direct pen drive only for SFM or costing, you can just click on my website and that request will go to them and they will be delivering that to you. Alright. Balaji, whole Chennai is hotspot now. Good, I didn't come then. Alright, so many are for the first time, is it? Okay. Fine. Okay. Sangeeta, I don't know, I don't remember you as such. AJ, what is your full name? Okay, friends, have you all put up till here in your books? Alright, so we have done till here. Shall we now go to the next question? Yes, before we go to the next question, there is some theory. I'll give you a minute's time. Can you please read through this theory and understand this theory? After which we will do it together. It's good to get all this feedback, friends. Okay, just read through this theory, Chitra. 13 months is good. There's nothing wrong in subscribing for 13 months. You can, view all the videos in that. But that click option, students have given me not very positive feedback. Sometimes what happens is, now let's say for example, you subscribe for 13 months back. You will get some number of clicks. If you can't finish those clicks, gone. The whole thing is gone. Whereas pen drive, at least you have a 6 months validity for one subject. So whatever happens, you will finish that. That too with 2.5 times viewership. So you have to do a good homework before you go for any option, because being tech part, many students missed out on the lectures even after paying money for it because they didn't understand the click concept in LearnCap. Anima Jagdish, are you the one who were working with Lexia earlier? That's the case, I know you, otherwise I don't know you. Alright friends, shall we now discuss this part now? Okay. Friends, now in my example, Shah Rukh Khan and we had Ramani, am I right? Now, how did Ramani meet Shah Rukh Khan? When Ramani was coming outside the bank, suddenly Shah Rukh Khan jumps in front of him. What a wonderful coincidence. In real life, such coincidence doesn't happen. In real life, all this happens through a broker in middle, which is a merchant banker. Alright? So here, let me just come and explain to you. Ideally speaking, if X and Y are there, in middle you have a merchant banker. So in real life, X will never meet Y, Y will never meet X. X will go to the merchant banker and tell, look, I am paying fixed, I want to move into floating. Y will also come over here. So this guy will arrange a meeting between X and Y. Basically they will not meet. He will be the one sitting in the middle and transferring the funds, for which intermediary he will sit and charge some kind of a commission. That is the role of a merchant banker. Everybody clear with this part now? Okay. Now, once you have done this, if you are clear with this one part of the thing, for this commission, you can't have any tailored configuration. You have to go by the standard rules, and the standard rules are given over here. Point number 1, it works on 30/360 convention. The assumption is that there are 30 days in a month, 360 days in 1 year. And if you are making a semi-annual payment, the formula will be 100 lakhs, assume is the notional amount, into 180/360 into all-in cost. Whereas floating rate is based on actual number of days. Why this is based on actual number of days is because floating rate keeps on changing every day. And interest will be purely LIBOR. In our example, it was M plus 0.4, M plus 0.8, nothing like that. Here it is only LIBOR. And the formula will be notional amount into actual days by 360 into the LIBOR rate. Okay. The net settlement we already learned. The difference between the fixed payment and the floating payment is what we call it as net settlement. I'll give you a minute. Please go through it once again. After which we will do a problem together. Alright, Anima, in that case I do remember you. Vandanan, you have taken for 13 months, right? Now 13 months, are they over? If they are not over, my lectures will be uploaded in maximum 5 days time. I believe you can view those lectures. Please check with LearnCap once again, because they anyways have given you the click option. So you should be eligible to view those lectures also. Alright friends, can we do a question now? Here we have a very simple question. Can you please go through this question and understand this question? After which we will do it together. Alright friends, shall we do it together now? Okay. Friends, we'll write down the basic data first. Working note number 1. Basic data. Alright. Now, Suppose a dealer is quoting an all-in cost for generic swap at 8% against 6 months LIBOR. So the fixed rate is mentioned over here as how much? 8%. And what about the floating rate? Floating rate is given as 6 months LIBOR. Then they have given that the notional amount is turning out to be how much? 5 lakhs. Alright, can you please write down till here in your books now? Manikam, it's called as vanilla swap because what is the main speciality of vanilla here? Vanilla ice cream. If you add a chocolate flavor, it becomes like a chocolate. If you add a strawberry, it becomes like a strawberry. So vanilla swap is the most basic swap in which you can add something here and there, and you can make it a little bit more interesting. Understood? So this being a most basic swap is called as a vanilla swap. Right? Alright friends, have you put up till here in your books? Now I'll write down working note number 2. They are asking for fixed rate payments. Okay, so when you're talking about fixed rate payment, I told you the formula will be notional amount into all in cost is how much? 8% into how many days are there over here, friends? Have they told 6 months? So it will be 180. It will be 180 divided by 360 convention. Okay, so can you please take your calculator and do this and get me the answer? You will get the answer as 20,000. Yes. Can you please write down till here? Similarly, I can write down the next working note where I can write down floating rate payments. That will be nothing but 5 lakh into what was the LIBOR rate told over here? 6 months LIBOR 6% and 181 days into 6% into 181 divided by 360. That will turn out to be 15,083. Can you please write down till here in your books now? Alright friends, have you put up till here in your books? Then we can write down the final working note, which will be net settlement. That will be 20,000 minus 15,083. That will be 4917 rupees. Can you please write down this and finish it off? George Kuriakos, I'm sorry I didn't understand your doubt. Alright friends, have you put up till here in your books? Okay, so we are done with this question also. Shall we go to the last question now, which is another question on overnight index swap. Alright, please read through this question and understand this question first. I have given the solution also friends. I'll give you 5 minutes time. Can you read on your own, understand on your own? Then I'll give you the overview and you can do it like that on your own. Can you please do this friends? Fine friends, shall we do it together now? Okay, I'll just give you the overview, I'll give you the presentation format also, and based on that we will do it together. Okay. Okay. So friends, this is the final question I believe. Is there anything else left out to be done here? Then FRA we have done, theoretical FRA we have done, cap collar floor is done, interest rate futures is done. This is also done. Yes, so we are done with it. This is the final question that we are going to work out. Exactly, Deepika. On Sunday there is no MIBOR. Hence it will be Saturday's rate only will be applicable. Balaji, I'll come back to your answer. Okay. Working note number 1. Basic data. Okay. What is the principal amount told over here? 10 crore. And then they have told they are going to receive MIBOR overnight floating rate for a fixed payment. So receive floating, and they are going to do what? They are going to pay fixed. Am I right? Okay. Receive floating and Gauri Shankar currency swap. You want, we can do that. I'll get back to you. Let me finish this part first. If you want, we can do a question on currency swap also. Don't worry about that. And pay fixed. Okay. Let me complete this one first. The total duration is said to be how many days over here? Duration is 7 days. Alright. And then down they have given the following rates: 7.75, 8.15, etc. So basically how we are getting this answer is that based on this they are saying that derivative bank is receiving, derivative bank receives 317 on settlement. Just write down this basic data, then we will go and crack the remaining part. George, I need to go through that question. I'll get back to you on that. Okay. Can you just do one thing? Can you just send me a WhatsApp on my number which I have already shared before? I'm sharing it again. Either WhatsApp or Telegram on this number. Okay. Please share an image of the question. Now anyway, suggested has also come out. I don't remember a question of this type even though I have worked it out. You just share the image of the question. I will definitely label it and get back to you. WhatsApp is much better because I get the messages faster. Telegram, somehow the messages get lost between lot of other chats. In Telegram, there is no option of labeling the question. WhatsApp, I'm using business account, so I can label it and I can get back to you faster. But if you're not using WhatsApp, go by Telegram. Have you put up till here? Now friends, he's receiving floating, paying fixed, and he receives net settlement 317 means, can I say the formula will be floating minus fixed is equal to 370. So first step number 1, I need to find out what is my floating rate. Okay. Now to find out my floating rate, Dimple, we will discuss that part. Factoring, I'll just get back to you. I'm putting it as a pending point. We will discuss it. Alright. Now, floating rate, friends, to find it out, they have given so many rates. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, same rate. Then 8.15% will come over here. Are you getting my point? So, what I will do is, first Tuesday, the principal amount is 10 crore. Alright. If this is 10 crore, MIBOR is how much? 7.75%. We will get the answer as 21,233. How did you get that answer? 10 crore into 7.75%. I'll just write down over here and show you. Into 7.75% into 1 divided by 365. Now friends, here we are actually having 2 points. Okay. One is they have given the denominator as 365 days. But actually we learned earlier that it is supposed to be how many days actually? 360 days is what is going to be. Alright. So now 360 days being the denominator, here they have taken 365 basically because your practice manual is done it using 365. They have given a note below Alternatively, students may use 360 days. Now, if I do using 360, you will get a different answer and you will get confused. That is the reason why I did not do that part. Are you clear with this? So, one is this is 365, and once you come to Saturday, Sunday, instead of doing 1 divided by 365, they have done 2 divided by 365. So, finally, they got the answer as 153740. So, that will be 153740 minus fixed rate is equal to 317. Alright. So, if I do a backward working, it will be 153740 minus 317, I will get 153423 as the amount of fixed. Then friends, once we use the equation given below, that is 10 crore into fixed rate into 7 by 365, we do a backward working, we get the answer as how much over here? 8% only. Alright, can you please scribble and write down these in your books just for you to understand what exactly we are doing? So we are done with this question. Alright, you can just write down this also, scribble and write down, and we can get done with this question also. Alright friends, are you done with this? Okay, now two questions request has come. One is currency swap question and the other one is factoring. Dimple, factoring time will permit me, I can spend some more time over here, but I don't know how many of you are old, how many of you are new. And when I'm taking a class which was common for both old and new, if I take a topic which is only for old and not for new, might not be very comfortable. Anyways, I have decided that I will be going live weekly one day, time etc. I will update. So please just subscribe to my channel in Telegram. I think the link already it's given over here, right? Or on my website. Better to do it on both the places because both you can at least get updates. One if I'm coming in Telegram, other one might if I miss out on Telegram, I can put it on my website so you can always get that. So factoring is one of the pending points which I am going to take as a YouTube live next, and also I think some other feedbacks also. There is one more concept called as VAR, value at risk. This is a concept exclusively for the new syllabus. This I will take it separately for the new syllabus also as a YouTube live. But today, since we are doing common for both new and old, I would not want to take something exclusively for old or something which is exclusively for new. Alright. So just everyone please subscribe to the channel, Telegram channel for sure, or YouTube. Telegram is important because it's easier for me. I can send a message in one shot to all of you. And if you don't use your Telegram, you can also do one more thing. If you're just using WhatsApp, many of you don't use Telegram, you can just send me a message on this number. Okay. Just tell what's your name and tell me please add me to the broadcast. Okay. So let us say for example, if Badri Narayan is saying that I want to get updates through WhatsApp is easier for me. Once he sends me, I will save his name as SFM space Badri. Okay. So once I do this, what I will do is I will add him to a broadcast which is called as the SFM updates. So in one shot around 256 numbers, I can send a bulk message. Like that, I'm already sending broadcast to around 2500 students. I can add you also. Telegram is easier. You yourself subscribe. I don't have to do anything at all. I can just send message and you will get the messages. Whichever way, please do it. Gauri Shankar, Pharma. Pharma is again a concept in mutual funds. If you want, I can explain that today. Pharma, I'll just put the pending list now. Pharma. And the other one is currency swap. Let's start off with currency swap first. Okay. Ruchi, I will not covering mutual funds over here right now because we already had a lot of heavy topics to be covered. But all these logics are available in my website. If you want, let's say mutual funds, I'll just take my website and check that. I believe all the concepts are already there. Just a minute. Rangesh, I see a notification has come. What does the notification say? I think notification was waiting for my class to get over. Yeah. What does it say? In the meanwhile, I'll check. Yeah, mutual funds dividend equalization is there. Oh, other concepts are not uploaded here, is it? I will upload the videos, friends. The mutual fund concepts, everything will come over here. Maybe in 2 to 3 days of time, I will bring the mutual fund concepts also here, so you can learn it on your own from my website. All right? Okay. Yes, Rangesh, what does the mutual fund concept say? No, not mutual fund here. ICA says opt-out facility has been given. So basically, a person who has applied for the exam, he can opt out and he can write in November. Is that what you're trying to say? Alright, so they are not having any plans of anyways cancelling the exam or extending the exam, is it? Okay, alright. Fine, we'll discuss that later. Let me finish off with one more question that you are asking for, currency swap. Alright, I think. Okay, question number 2. I think this was a question what you were asking for in currency swap. Can you please go through this question and understand this question? I will share this handout with you after the class gets over. Okay. Can you please read through this question and understand this question? After which we will do it together. All right. A and B intend to borrow $2 lakh and $2 lakh in yen respectively. So let's write down the basic data. A intend to borrow $2 lakh. That makes it obvious that A is currently borrowing in yen. That is why he is intending to borrow in dollar. Okay. Why number B? B intended to borrow $2 lakh in yen. This means A is currently borrowing in what? In dollars. Are you clear with this part, friends? Okay. So once I have written down this in the books, let us go and read the remaining part of the question. They have given the table rate. They have given the exchange rate as how much? 120 yen per dollar. Okay. They have entered into a currency swap under which they agreed that B will pay a 1% over the yen loan interest rate, which the latter will have to pay as a result of agreed currency swap. So they have told B will pay a 1% over the interest rate. Okay. Whereas A will reimburse only to the extent of 9%. Let's write down that also. A will reimburse only to the extent of 9%. Can you please write down till here in your books now? The moment I see a notification came, many students opted out of my YouTube channel, friends. Don't do that. Only one more question is left. Alright friends, have you all put up till here in your books now? Okay, I will now draw a picture, or I'll go by the 3 steps first so that we get a grip. Working note number 2 will be interest rate differential. Particulars A, B, dollar, yen. Okay. So dollar for A is 9 and for B is 10. 9%, 10%. The difference is how much? 1. For yen it is going to be 5%, 8%, difference is 3. So the net differential over here will turn out to be 2%. Out of this, some share of A, some is share of B, which is not yet given in the question. Can you write down till here in your books now? Sorry, I made a mistake here. B. Okay. Alright friends, have you put up till here in your books? Now I will draw the picture and let us understand how exactly to solve this. A is bank, B is bank. Okay. Now, first A, let's check what have they told about A. A is intending to borrow $2 lakh means currently A is borrowing in yen. That is, he is paying 5%. And B is currently paying 10%. So once I come here it will be minus 5, here it will be minus 10. Now they are going to swap. Am I right? So once they swap, A being the strong party will receive 5%. That is the money paid by A. A will receive his share of profit, which we don't know. A will pay back only his own dollar rate. What is his own dollar rate? He will pay only 9%. So here it will be pay 5, pay some share of profit which I don't know, and receive 9%. Alright, can you draw this? Then I will tell you the next part. Alright friends, now we will read through these points. Now is an important point. If this one we get it, this question is actually over. Okay. Have they told B will pay a 1% over the what interest rate? Over the yen interest rate. Okay. A will reimburse only to the extent of 9%. Look over here. A has reimbursed only to the extent of 9%. B will pay to A 1% over the interest rate, means that 1% is what? That 1% will be the gain. So from this one point is implied that the share of gain is going to be how much percentage? 1%. So you can write it down in a fresh page. Since B will reimburse A 1% over the yen interest rate, 1% over the yen interest rate, 1% will become the share of gain. So they had a total gain was how much, everyone tell me, was it 2%? If A takes 1%, how much will B take now? B will also take 1%. Can you please write down this in your books neatly now? Alright friends, have you put up till here in your books? So once I get this, I can now close this whole thing. I can find out the net settlement, receive 6, pay. So here he will be paying 3%. He will be receiving how much? 3%. This is what I call it as net settlement. So the total outflow over here will become how much? 8%, and here it will become how much? 7%. Can you update this in your books now? Alright friends, have you all put up till here in your books now? Okay. So once you're done with this, I can actually check whether that is the actual gain or no. A actually had two options. Option 1, he could have gone to his own bank. Option 2, he could have done a swap. Had he gone to his own bank, A converting to dollar, he would end up paying how much interest over here? 9. But because of swap, he is now paying only how much percentage? 8%. So what is the gain of A that you get over here? 1. Whereas for B, also could have gone to his own bank, or he could have gone for a swap. B, own bank, he was currently paying 10, he wanted to move it to yen, am I right? He was paying, if he had moved, he would have ended up paying 8%. Now he's paying only 7%. So his gain is also turning out to be 1. So here it will be 1% into $2 lakh, because finally he's converted into dollar loan. Here the formula will be 1% into $2 lakh into 120. You will get the answer as 2,40,000 yen. This is going to be the gain in amount. Can you please draw this also in your books, friends? Alright, so now we can write down neatly steps of A, steps of B. Alright, so when you talk about steps of A, what was the first one? Pay 5% to own bank, receive 5% from B, receive 1% from B, pay 9% to B. Net outflow will be how much percentage? 8%. Here it will be pay 10% to own bank, pay 5% to A, pay 1% to A, receive 9% from A. The net outflow over here turns out to be how much? 7%. Can you please write down till here in your books? So friends, we are packing up with this now. This is the final question. I will now share some tips of how to prepare for your exam. Opting out, opting in, we'll discuss all that also. Gauri Shankar, which question are you talking about? Additional charge on loan servicing. That's actually a very basic, straightforward concept. Loan amount into whatever charge is given over there. But unless I see a question, it won't be easy for me to explain to you. Can you please WhatsApp me? I will surely get back to you on that. Gauri, I'll go through that question. I think November 2019 is becoming a dilemma for many of you. I will do one thing. I will work on that. I will give you the suggested answer in my style. And if possible, I'll take the videos of all the questions which has come in November 2019, which can also be in future uploaded to LearnCap videos, SFM videos. Alright. But please send me a WhatsApp. So what I'll do is I'll label it as a pending doubt. Only then, because every day I don't get time. I have a hectic schedule. So when I get time, I'll sit early in the morning, 2 to 3 hours. In one shot, I clarify all the doubts. Okay. Once you're done with this, please let me know that you're done. Thank you, Gauri. Thank you, George. Alright, friends. So you're all done. Thank you, Ruchi. So finally, friends, we have come to the end of this 5 days. Even before I proceed to speak further, I would really like to give you all a big appreciation, because staying back on YouTube channel where you have a choice to go and sleep, but still you all have made it over here, sitting and attending a live class, it shows the level of dedication what you people have. And trust me, hard work pays, and that will pay very soon, and you will come to know that your hard work is actually appreciated. I really want to give you all a round of applause. Thank you so much for being so patient, for staying till the end, and for listening to all these lectures. Alright, now even before I wind up, all students are going through a huge emotional trauma. Yeah, I would like to speak about 2 things today, which according to me, if you apply, this is going to help you a lot to break this emotional trauma and to work with a stable mind. Point number 1, I will talk about one lesson which I call it as pain is good. Okay. And the other one which I'm going to speak is I'm going to speak about the power of a strong routine. Alright. I think many of the questions which are running in your mind will be answered by the time I speak about these 2 things. Alright. Thank you, Ramani. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Let me now speak about these 2 topics. It will take maybe 10 more minutes, but these 10 minutes are very important. It will help you to know how you should study, and then I will tell you how you are supposed to learn the order of SFM also. Alright. This goes back to 2008. Okay. I would like to share my own life experience on why I say that pain is good, so that you can also realize that we all come through painful situations, but the ones who fight are the ones who succeed. 2008, I was actually in Chennai doing my articleship over there. I started my articleship in 2006, okay, December 4th. Now, what happened was, doing in Chennai as a student, I am from a small town in Kerala, a place called Calicut, where I have my own bike. Not now when I was an article. I had my own bike, so I could roam around anywhere. And Calicut being a small place, it will take me hardly 10 minutes to drive to any of the corner of Calicut. Second thing was the classes were nearby, things were very comfortable. So when I went to Chennai to learn, suddenly I couldn't take my bike along with me. My parents were not very comfortable for me doing that. I had to travel in bus. One thing, traveling in bus was a torture over there because the crowd in Chennai, once you travel in bus, you will come to know, people will actually hang out of the bus and they will travel. I was not used to all those things. So I couldn't tolerate that. Second thing, I had articleship for the first time, that too in a new place. That stress was there. And classes were like morning 6:30 to 9 o'clock something, and evening again 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock. So I used to wake up in the morning at 4:15. By 4:30 we have to, 4:30, 4:45 we have to leave from our rooms, catch an early bus because I used to stay in, a place called Zambazar police station. That's near Mylapore. Classes were happening at Mylapore in the morning, 6:15. But my office was in Anna Nagar, which is in at a different corner. It will take me almost 45 minutes to 1 hour to reach that place. So running from office to class to office, it took a huge toll on me. Finally, in 2008, after I wrote my IPCC exams, I decided that I will not be writing my finals at least in Chennai. So what I did was I left Chennai in 2008. I took termination after my IPCC exams and I joined a small firm in Calicut. Then I did articleship here in Calicut for the next 1.5 years. That time it was very comfortable. I could now get a good grip on the subject because I did self-study first. And after learning everything and being at home, I had my bike, food was not an issue, everything was comfortable. Finally, when I went to write my CA final examinations, before that I went to Chennai. I attended my class there also. But this time I went on a study leave. So I had no articleship pressure. I could attend the class properly. I had learned in advance, so I could interact very nicely and learn properly. 2010 May, when my exam was due, I was pretty sure I will become a CA this time. Like that, when the exams came, all the 8 papers were extremely easy. When others were finding it tough, especially papers like SFM and costing, others told that till 5 o'clock they could complete only 70%. I did the whole 100 marks by 4:30, 4:45. It got done. That was because I had done a lot of effort. And when I checked, I used to write down the number of hours I spent on studying. In total, for the 3 years, it was coming to some 4,800 something hours. So that was a huge effort that I had put in. I was sure this attempt I'm going to be a chartered accountant. That is when I'm getting a letter from the CA Institute. When I got this letter from the institute, I just opened it. The letter said, please check your articleship status. What I did, I called the institute. They were not attending my call for a long time. After 2-3 hours of continuous effort, finally I got them online. I told them, look, I got a letter like this. What is this? They told me, check the computer, and for a moment they also paused and they're saying me, Tarun, you took a termination from Chennai. That was a Saturday. You joined back in Calicut for articleship on a Monday. Now, as per ICA records, in between there is a Sunday which you have not worked. So you are supposed to work for 3.5 years to be eligible. Now it shows 3 years, 5 months and 29 days. You are not eligible to write the CA final exam. I was shocked. I had no answer whatsoever to this. I just cut the call. Sat for some moment thinking what happened. I couldn't absorb that shock when that came to me. After some 10 minutes, thoughts started flying in. A lot of doubts started coming in. How did they allow me to write the exam at the first point? Then I checked, they have given me a provisional registration number, not a permanent one. I never knew there is a procedure like this in which they can tell me, you go and write, tomorrow we will decide whether you will write, you will be eligible or not eligible. Whole hard work, this 8 exam writing torture, all getting over, and then they are coming and telling me you are not eligible. I tried fighting. I went and begged. They told me, go to Chennai, you will meet a person over there, speak to them, they will sort it out for you. I went all the way to Chennai. I met the secretary over there. I told them, sir, this is a technical issue. Nothing can be done. Sunday, nobody works. I can't register on a Sunday. That is the biggest thing. Only 2 minutes, the secretary told me, Tarun, nothing can be done. You can go back. It became more of a politics between them than my exams or my future. That is when the reality hit me. My results will never come out. That attempt, my results didn't come out. Even today, if you ask me, I do not know what happened in that exam. Then depression started hitting me. I tried studying for the second time, but when you try studying for the second time and you go through the book, you will see the same questions which you have done before. The moment I was going through it, there were questions which said, oh, this was something what I had already done before. Oh, this was something which came in the exam, I wrote down correctly. All the things came and I just could not study. No matter how much I try, I could not study. And that is when I realized the value that if you fail once, how depressed you feel. I felt worse because I always had a hope I would pass. Every paper was clear, but I have not passed. Then the fear started crawling in. Will I pass in the November 2010 examination which is going to happen? Will I ever become a CA? All the fears started coming. Finally, a point came where I couldn't take this anymore, and that's when I got a realization from inside. You know, when pain hits you, up to one point you can suffer that pain. After a particular point, you reach a point where when it starts paining, you feel numb. You don't even feel that it is paining. I actually reached that point, and that is when I started thinking, I am anyways in pain. Why not I torture myself a little bit more, work a little bit more harder, write for the next exam happening in November, given my 100%. After that, if I fail also, I will at least celebrate that I have given my 100%, and that effort what I have given, nobody can take it away from me, not even the institute. That next attempt, friends, I sat and I studied like a maniac. First time I could touch around 16 hours in a day. But those 6 months were the learning times, friends. I could actually find out who were genuine to me, who were not genuine to me. Lot of relatives started gossiping. Tarun has not passed. He's simply telling this because he has not passed. He doesn't want us to know that he has not passed. Many people who don't even know the CA or CA used to come to me and tell me, Tarun, you study early morning 3 hours, full concentration, enough, you will become a CA. These people don't even know what is CA, and that's kind of people started commenting and giving me tips on how I should become a CA. But friends, trust me, when that torture time got over and when I finally went to write exam this time, things was again easy for me. It was pretty easy because the effort was not only for just 6 months. The effort went on for a very, very long time. And finally, friends, this time when the results came out, I could finally see those two wonderful words which I was waiting for, pass and pass. Yes, in that attempt, I became a chartered accountant and I missed an All India rank by around 10 marks. Doesn't matter. Kerala State, I was the topper. And the biggest thing was that whole trauma. So I could feel it washing out of my face in that one moment when I saw those results. Friends, one big thing what I learned at that time was when I go through a painful situation, we keep telling God, why me? Why only me? We always curse God only when things don't happen good to us. But once the results came back, when I look back, now I tell that was the best time for me because I realized who is genuine to me, who is not genuine to me. I actually realized that only tough times are the ones which can make you tough. Those 6 months, the way I prepared for SFM and costing, it became so strong that the moment the exams got over, even before the results, I started teaching in Sikkim Manipal University. Within a month, Institute of Calicut called me to take classes. Within another month, an MBA center called me. Then suddenly I got a call to Kochi. From Kochi to Bangalore, from Bangalore to Chennai, and today I'm here, YouTube live in front of you. So friends, my message to all of you is that next time when you go through a painful situation, do not tell God, why are you doing this to me? Say, God, thank you for choosing me. I will fight back. I will fight hard. I will win and I will show you that I am the best. I hope you have understood this message very seriously, friends. So never go through this emotional trauma. It's a good time. Don't give up. Fight hard and win. And once you win, when you look back, you will tell that, yes, this is exactly the point for which I worked out that day. And you said, good, God gave me this chance. That is why I'm standing here today. This is point number 1. So friends, whether exams are happening in this mean, opting out, opting in, you decide. But realize one thing, you have gone through a painful time. Let this painful time pay. Do not give up. Once it pays, you look back and you will tell, I was one of the batch which suffered during that coronavirus time, but still I am here standing as a chartered accountant. Tomorrow you will be standing in front of a YouTube live or in front of a crowd. You will be giving a speech and others will listen to you. Please make sure you reach to that day and you win, because tough times do not last, but tough people do last. Alright, now I come to a final one more point which I want to share with you. The power of a strong routine. Friends, Warren Buffett. Then we spoke about Michael Phelps. Warren Buffett had a routine every day morning, 6 o'clock to 12 o'clock, he will read every day consistently. Michael Phelps every day woke up at sharp 6 o'clock. Every day he used to spend 6 hours on intensive training so that he can become a Olympic medalist. One thing I have understood, if you really want to be successful, you need to have a strong routine. Now, many of you are thinking whether I should write exam this time or next time. I am not getting that motivation to study. Let me ask you one question, friends. Sleep, it's a necessity. We need to sleep. Exercise is a necessity. We should do at least 15 to 20 minutes a day. Eating is a necessity. After doing these three things, remaining time is your time. What do you exactly want to do at that time? That is what decides what you want to become in life. So, if you have opted for CA and after giving yourself good sleep, good exercise, and good food, ideally speaking, the remaining time when you're sitting idle, if you are a person who are passionate about your subject, you will feel like sitting and learning on your own. We have a tendency of a social media addiction which is killing us crazily. Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, etc. We should learn to tame them. They should not tame us. The problem is 5 minutes on that when you start off, it ends up becoming 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, etc. Instagram, WhatsApp are all useful, but learn to tame it. Learn to use it in a way that gives you benefit. I will share with you my own routine, what I follow even now, which helps me a lot to get maximum productivity. Friends, I am running classes in Kerala, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu. I am having 5 offices, 3 in Kerala, 1 in Dubai, 1 in Bahrain. All this I am able to manage only because of one powerful routine which I learned from this powerful book called as the 5 a.m. Club. Please read this book and apply this in your life. Normally, I wake up around 5 o'clock and I sit and plan for some time. I give my mind some cool time so that I can plan, visualize what I want to do. What I do is 5:30 to 6:30 every day I spend exercising. And I can do any type of exercise that depends on me. You can do whatever you want to do. If you feel 1 hour is too much, give at least 30 minutes. But exercise is a must. So I give myself 7 hours of sleep. I do 1 hour of exercise. After this, by 7 o'clock, I start working. You can start studying from 7 o'clock. And when you study, you have to follow a technique called as 91 methodology, 60-10 methodology. 91 methodology says that first thing in the morning when you after workout, when you're sitting, your brain is fresh. You can concentrate for 90 minutes. Do the topic which you find maximum tough. Remaining time, you do the remaining topics, but make sure after studying for every 60 minutes, give yourself 10 minutes of walking break. When I say walking break means leave the books, have a nice walk around, stretch yourself and relax. We sit for a very long time, very dangerous for the body, friends. Apart from this, you should do something called as taking a power nap. A 30-minute nap in the afternoon, which will give you such good energy that your concentration level will go up. See, you're all deep workers. Deep workers means you're working for things which requires concentration. Many students, when they don't sleep, if you get up early in the morning, by the time it's 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock, your concentration is lapsed, your willpower is gone. If you want to rebuild the willpower, you need to take a 30-minute nap. And evening also spend 30 minutes doing some kind of exercise. So my suggestion to all of you is wake up early and keep something called as a no technology zone. No tech zone, basically for me, it is normally 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. I don't switch on my phone. Alright, and evening after 7 p.m. I don't normally switch on my phone. Off late because of the YouTube live class, etc. I have to keep it on, but normally I don't do it. By doing so, the advantage what I get is that 5 hours at night, 3 hours before sleeping, 8 hours in a day, I am without the phone. I can do many things what many of you will not even think of doing, and that is how I have slowly developed myself. I am now in process of finishing my SFM book, a full-fledged book which will be published in the market maybe in a month's time, friends. So my message to all of you friends, follow these two things. Pain is good and create a strong routine. 5 a.m. is not okay with you. Some of you are night people, doesn't matter. Make a routine, follow the same routine on a daily basis. Alright. As far as SFM is now concerned, what you have to do is, point number 1, you go in the following order when you're learning. Start with bond valuation. After bond valuation, you do the dividend policy. After this, you do risk analysis in capital budgeting if you are old syllabus. If you are new syllabus, you do portfolio management. Then you do mutual funds. After this, you do mergers. If you do these 6 chapters, Alright? What will happen is you're actually covering 70% marks from exam point of view. Remaining 30% is what comes from international finance and derivatives. So derivatives is basically futures, options, and then you have interest rate derivatives. So by doing so, in minimum time, you get maximum marks over here. Now I think someone asked for theory. I will do one thing. I will share with you a theory handout which actually covers the past examination questions theory. But I would still recommend that go through the study material because we are not able to predict what theory can come. But if you are running short of time, I will mail you a handout. Just WhatsApp me on my number, which I have already shared with you many times before. Please, you can note down this number again. Alright, so I will share the theory handout with you. You can use that theory handout also. I hope I have spoken about everything that I wanted to speak. And yes, one more thing, please stay logged on to RPL YouTube page and the Telegram channel also. There is some good news that they are going to announce very soon. The team is going to launch somewhere very soon. So please stay tuned so that future also all the students can benefit. I hope RPL was something which helped you all. Thank you so much. I believe it was a true win-win agreement. Thank you so much, everyone. It was a pleasure being here and learning this experience. I hope I will make it better in the future. Thanks a lot, everyone. Stay in touch. Good luck for the examinations. Thank you. Thank you, Chitra. I'm reading the comments now. Thank you, Ravani. Balaji, yes, Triplicane was a place where I used to stay. There's a place called Zambazar Police Station. I was there for almost 1.5 years. Thank you, Babita. Theory, as I told, I'll be sharing with you. Okay, Science sir, I'm sorry, I don't know who is Science sir. Please do let me know who he is whenever you're free. Okay. Thank you, SS. I'm sorry, I don't remember you. I don't know if you came and spoke to me also, and I don't remember which batch you have attended of mine also. Thank you, George. That book is a powerful book, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. It is a Bible for me. I follow that religiously also in all the other manners. Yeah. Thank you, San. Thank you so much. I'll share the theory handout in the Telegram channel, Jayashri, for sure. Alright. Thank you, Prabhurajan. Thank you, Gauri Shankar, and thank you, all of you. Have a nice time, man. Thanks a lot, friends. Thank you.